Diversity in the workplace has transformed Union Pacific in numerous ways. Many positive contributions have come from women who are joining Union Pacific's workforce in greater numbers every year. Meet Kathy.
Hey, gather around. This is Kathy, the new kid.
Oh. Glad to be on the team.
Good to have you, sweetheart. We could always use a cheerleader, right, guys? Yeah. I'm just messing, Kathy. But speaking of cheerleaders, you guys hear the one about the cheerleader and the tight end?
Okay, ladies, let's cut the comedy hour. This isn't the secretarial pool. Get back to work.
Hey, Mike, come here. Check out my new girl. With assets like those, she'll never have to do railroad work, huh? Hey, check this out, guys. Yeah, I'm dating J-Lo. Whoa, 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 Kathy. This isn't a sewing machine, little lady. Just go work on the inbound track and stay out of the way, okay?
Hey, I'm fully certified for this, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
You know, I was really excited to do this job, and now I'm not so sure. The men keep reminding me that I'm a woman and don't fit in. They make sexist comments and jokes, and they try to do anything to stop me from doing my job. Sometimes I catch myself thinking, what are they going to do or say next, instead of focusing on my work. And my boss says that I'm unsafe because I'm not paying attention. So I had to tell him what was going on.
I don't know what the big deal is. We were just joking around, and Kathy never said anything about being offended or anything. She didn't even seem to mind. And plus, we just wanted to make her feel like one of the guys. I have a great safety and discipline record. I've heard that EEO violations could lead to forced time off or even termination. How am I going to explain that to my family?
Treating someone differently because of their gender is a violation of EEO policy. Kathy's co-workers are not evaluating her on her skill and ability, but are making assumptions based only on her gender. They behave as though because of her gender, Kathy is only able to perform certain roles. These beliefs can be so ingrained in the way we think that many of us assume gender roles are natural, so we don't question them. While these beliefs are unfair, the actions they may lead to on the job can result in serious consequences, including discipline or termination. Making offensive gender-related jokes.
Did you guys hear the one about the cheerleader and the tight end?
Or comments.
This isn't the secretarial pool.
Or showing graphic or offensive pictures, even if they are on your own phone, are violations of policy and can result in serious consequences. Let's look at another type of gender discrimination: sexual harassment.
I checked the lineup and we got a very long layover.
Terrific. Hey Anita, I'm back. Can you get me my favorite room?
Of course, Ken, just a minute. Here you go, the room number's on the inside. If you need anything else, just call the front desk.
Great, thanks. Room 201. Cozy, very cozy. Even more so if you came with it.
Hey, you need to knock that off. Come on.
Look, I'm gonna be here a long time, Anita. We can have a good time.
I'm not interested, thanks anyway.
You are so out of line.
You're just jealous.
Sorry about that.
that's okay.
No, Nita, it's not okay. Union Pacific has rules against sexual harassment. We don't tolerate that kind of behavior on the job or at your hotel. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Can I get a room, please?
When Ken comes into the hotel, it makes me really uncomfortable. I'm always afraid he's gonna say something about sex or coming up to his room. I can't concentrate on my job or the other customers. I don't know why he keeps saying that stuff. I've told him I'm not interested. It's getting to the point where I don't even want to come to work, just so I don't have to face him. Would he want his wife or daughter treated like this at their jobs?
I didn't realize the company's EEO policy applied when I was off duty at my away from home terminal. I didn't mean any harm. I was just trying to be friendly. If I get charged with an EEO policy violation and get pulled from service, I'm gonna have a tough time explaining to my wife how I got disciplined for sexual harassment. From now on, I'm gonna keep the conversation businesslike and just go to my room.
Ken's behavior is not acceptable. It is sexual harassment under Union Pacific EEO policy. Union Pacific prohibits sexual harassment of employees, contractors, customers, visitors, and of anyone else employees may come in contact with while working, and that includes while on company travel. The hotel clerk made it clear that Ken's advances were not welcome, and yet he continued to make sexually suggestive remarks. That is sexual harassment and is prohibited under Union Pacific's EEO policy. EEO policy also protects employees from harassment or discrimination based on race or ethnicity.
Morning. Morning. What is with this taco music all the time?
Take it easy, Bill. There's nothing to get excited about.
Why do I have to be Mr. Nice Guy? Nobody cares how I feel?
You want me to turn it down?
I want you to turn it off. What is it with you people? Listening to this racket makes me crazy.
Just ignore him. He's out of line.
This is America. You people should go back where you belong.
Knock it off. You've gone too far. Let's go. You know, all I wanted was a peaceful ride to the hotel. Worked all night. Was tired and wanted to get some sleep. Instead, I had to put up with all the BS from Bill. Now I get to testify in front of a formal investigation. All because Bill was having a bad day and couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I admit I was in a bad mood that day. I pulled a hard all-nighter. Before I left home, I had to deal with my wife's illness. Guess I took it out on the driver. I've got some pretty strong opinions about things. Guess I should keep those to myself, at least when I'm on the job. I hadn't realized I'd be facing an investigation and discipline. Wish I paid more attention to that EEO class.
Despite what may be going on in your personal life, your obligations as a UP employee remain the same. Never use words or phrases that single out a person based on their race, national origin, or other protected traits, even if you think it's a joke. Consequences can be serious. In this example, both the driver, who was the target of the abuse, and Hank, as a witness, have a responsibility to report this behavior under the EEO policy. Union Pacific EEO policy also prohibits discrimination and harassment on the basis of age. Under federal law, that means individuals age 40 and older are protected from adverse employment actions based on their age, as well as conduct creating a hostile work environment. Employment decisions and treatment of employees should always be based on experience, skills, performance, and conduct rather than on unrelated factors such as an employee's age or other protected traits, as you will see here.
Bill, Roy, listen up.
You know we have an expectation in the yard that we will switch 150 cars on the job every day. No exceptions.
You know, that's just not always possible, boss. We're working hard out there. We want to keep it safe. I've got 30 years injury-free on this job, and I want to keep it that way.
Well, then how come when I bring in another crew on your off days, they work circles around you two? All right, these guys, they somehow find a way to make goal, and I don't see them out there getting hurt.
Well, they're probably cutting corners, Derek. We don't do business that way.
No, they're working faster than you and Bill, and they're working safe. I mean, guys, when are you gonna retire?
That, Derek, is none of your concern. I will keep working just as long as I feel that it's safe.
Well, then you two should probably be getting out of the way of the new kids, okay? Then maybe this yard will actually stand a chance of making its goals consistently. I'm gonna be watching both of you.
I knew it wasn't right for Derek to talk to us like that, and it needed to be reported. My age has nothing to do with the reason why we're not switching so many cars a shift. I don't care if the younger employees can do it. That is no reason to treat me as if I no longer have any value to this company. I have a lot of experience to offer younger employees. I got 2 kids in college and a wife who really needs our health insurance benefits. To ask me when I'm going to retire as if I'm no longer wanted around here, that's totally unacceptable. I don't want to have to come here to work every day feeling as though there's a target on my back and somebody really is bound to get hurt.
I should have kept the focus on performance and motivating Bill and Roy to do better, not discouraging them. And I regret making it sound like I didn't think they were switching cars fast enough because of their age. I mean, they should be accountable to make the same reasonable goals that every other employee has to make, regardless of their age, and if they don't, well, then they should be treated like everybody else. I realize that now. I just hope I can win back their trust and help them switch cars better in a way they don't feel like they're compromising safety.
Age should never be considered a factor in employment decisions or implied as a reason for poor performance. Fortunately, Derek came to realize that. He was, of course, correct that Bill and Roy should raise their level of performance, but to attribute their failure to make goals based on age was wrong. And asking people when they are going to retire in a manner that implies they are no longer wanted on the job is never okay and can be considered harassment based on age.
When are you going to retire?
Leave is provided for the birth or adoption of a child, placement of a foster care child, care of a spouse, child, or parent with a serious health condition, or for the employee's own serious health condition. Union Pacific will also comply with the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act, also known as USERRA, which provides leave and reemployment rights for veterans, reservists, National Guard members, and others serving in the uniformed services. Let's take a look at some FMLA and military leave issues in the workplace.
Hey, boss. Just wanted to remind you, I'm going to be off this Friday for the reserves, and I need to take 2 weeks the last part of July for more military training.
Are you kidding me? How are we going to get this yard clear when we have employees that don't want to show up for work? I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to let you off. You're starting to sound like Bill over here.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
You know what I mean. You're always taking time off. A little here, a little there. Got your own personal vacation plan called FMLA. Only nobody tells you that his family includes a bunch of lake trout.
That's not funny.
Look, you need to make a decision before I have to make it for you. Are you full-time military or full-time railroad? And you, how are the trout biting this year?
Jeez. You know, I made a commitment to serve my country. That doesn't mean I don't care about my job at UP, and the law allows me to do both. I get the feeling my boss is going to try and get rid of me, replace me with somebody she feels is full-time railroad.
It's hard enough trying to balance work and deal with my wife's illness without my boss making me feel bad for using FMLA. I'm doing the best I can. It's not like I want to miss work. I filled out all the paperwork with health services to qualify and get approved, and I'm not abusing it. I just wish she would stop questioning me about using it and saying I'm out fishing. That's insulting.
The manager's comments regarding military leave are violations of EEO policy. Union Pacific policy specifically prohibits discrimination or harassment against any individual due to his or her connection with the armed services. The company must not deny initial employment, reemployment, promotion, or any benefit of employment to an individual on the basis of military service. Additionally, the manager's comments regarding FMLA leave are also a violation of company policy. Employees have the right to properly use approved FMLA leave without being harassed or disciplined. Even if the manager was only joking, it does not make it okay. If an employee is believed to be abusing or excessively using FMLA leave, lawful means should be used to assure appropriate use of FMLA. But berating an employee, especially in front of their peers, is never the right approach. You saw firsthand in this video the toll that discrimination and harassment can have on people in the workplace. Serious problems can result, such as absenteeism, anxiety, workplace conflict, and safety incidents. We want you to focus on your job and go home safely to your families.